Hi everybody, thanks for joining us. Before we get into the last leg of our Wisconsin trip, I just wanted to direct you real quick to our website, northwoods.family, because we have uploaded the GPS files from this Wisconsin trip. Up there, they're in GPX format, so you can download them for free and then put them on your Garmin Tread, Polaris Ride Command, Gaia GPS, whatever. There's also a Google map there, so you can download that link and it will show you the entire route that we plotted. We do accept a small donation to help offset some of our costs. We would appreciate that, of course, but don't feel obligated. Our goal with all of this was just to build awareness about the importance of interconnected road routes and trails in our state as more and more people are traveling longer distances with their side-by-sides. We also have some really cool vinyl Badger Overland Trail decals, which look really sharp on your machine. Those are for sale on our website for a few bucks. You can check those out. They make great conversation starters, again, to talk about the importance of interconnected routes and trails in our state. Every penny that we make off of this or our YouTube channel, which frankly isn't a lot, we put right back into the channel in order to help produce more content that you guys love. We're really trying to grow the channel here. So of course, hitting that like and subscribe button and sharing our channel with your friends, we really appreciate that. That means a lot to us, especially being a much smaller channel. That's all I have for now. Into the last leg here of our Wisconsin trip. We hope you enjoy it.
Oh, it's cold. We made it.
We finally found a place with no mosquitoes.
Yep.
This is so much better than finding Illinois, like at the border.
Oh my God. Well, I guess we showed you could do it. You can ride all the way across the state. So the big question is, what do we do now?
On our fifth day of riding, we had reached Lake Superior, some 500 miles from the Illinois border where we had started our trip. We had found a legal route that could take us side-by-side across the entire state of Wisconsin, enjoying magnificent scenery, history, and culture along the way. We had fixed a broken drive belt, driven through a downpour, and battled some of the worst mosquitoes we had ever seen. We had thought about camping on the beach of Lake Superior when we arrived in Herbster, but two things were working against us. It was Friday, and the temperature was in the mid-50s, with gusty winds off the lake.
Reserved.
Yeah, they're all reserved.
Reserved. We couldn't camp here if we wanted to.
So after 4 nights of setting up and tearing down camp, hosing ourselves down with DEET, and riding under the hot afternoon sun, we decided the trip home might be easier and a little more enjoyable if we hit some hotels along the way.
These are the Valhalla RV trails.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Well, hopefully we'll see the Hall's fathers.
there we go.
We turned east toward Ashland, the closest hotel we could find in an ATV-friendly town. After a few hours of riding, we turned off the cameras and enjoyed a quiet dinner and a good night's sleep in a real bed.
Really kind of a cool thing to be able to navigate the whole state
Yeah.
from your UTV if you want to.
Well, and I have to think that as more and more communities recognize the economic benefit of this, you're going to see more and more paths, more trails open up, more routes open up. So I think it's only going to get easier to start, crossing the state or traveling like we are.
And if you, like as an example, we're trying to get to Hayward because we know that museum is there, right? If you
Yeah.
have a museum in a small town, you should be pushing like hell to get one of these UTV routes.
Yeah.
So it's a huge opportunity right now for those little townships and cities that want to take advantage of it.
Well, like I said, the reason we stayed at Ashland last night was because it was on a ATV route.
Right.
It was on an ATV trail, whereas Bayfield wasn't.
Correct. Yeah, Bayfield lost out last night because they're
Yep.
too spiky toward UTVs.
Yep.
Ah, crap. It's a huge ass tree.
All right. Well, let me clear it. I got the chainsaw.
All right.
I just want to use it.
Do you want to try to drag it? Or
Yeah. Let me cut, and then maybe we drag somewhere with the winch. We're gonna need some bug spray.
bug spray fast.
We'd cleared plenty of trees from trails before, but this was a big one, pushing 2 feet in diameter. This would also be the first real test of our new battery-powered saw. I put it to work and buried the 12-inch bar in the tree.
Nice and smoothly, put it in reverse and just pull, nice and easy. Yeah, put it in 4.
So far.
Yeah, I was like, well, we'll see what happens.
Really rips. It's nice not having to worry about finding earplugs.
Or the gasoline leaking everywhere.
Yeah.
We need to have like a big button in here that we just slam our hand on and then it deploys off like inside the entire cabin of this.
Like a fire suppression.
Yeah.
Yeah, balls.
Oh, there's...
Is there something in it?
Oh, there's like another, that might be a cut there too, I'm not sure. Yeah, right
Oh
there.
yeah, you can hear it. Crap, what the hell did that?
I don't know.
Well, the good news is we already had the mosquito spray on from the... So is that just roughing up the rubber so
Yep.
we'll take the patch?
Yep.
What are those?
Plugs.
Rubber sticks?
Yep, plugs. Now, we air it up and see if it holds. The first plug didn't patch the entire hole, so I started working on a second. This is really pushing it. I don't think this is going to work, but we're going to try it.
So you sprayed the water on and then you could hear it still leaking?
Yeah, I was checking another spot. The other spot that I saw a little cut is not leaking. But this one is right next to that other one, so I don't know if it's a cut or... This probably ain't going to work, but...
Well, at least we're not in like the beat down sun here.
Yeah, oh, exactly. We're in the pouring rain.
We're in the pouring rain. We've definitely experienced that tonight.
Yeah? It's still leaking.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you have another tire?
Yes, right there.
Ta-da! That's why we bring it.
Howdy.
Okay.
Yeah, just changing a tire. We must have hit something back there, cut it. So, yeah, we're good though. Appreciate it.
Not too
That's
bad.
gonna be even longer till we have lunch.
Yep.
What happens if that tire pops?
then we have to walk. This is gonna be fun. No, I should have greased this thing.
Easy going down.
Yeah.
But Dad, our tin wall won't go even downer because Dad was almost up.
It's off the ground now.
Yeah, I know, but the new tire's gonna have a lot more air in it.
Stop, 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 stop. Yeah, it's in park.
For me, I thought it broke. I was like, oh,
Scared me.
Should have chucked the tires.
longer time.
Hopefully it didn't bend the jack.
Forgetting to chalk the tires was a pretty big mistake. I hadn't noticed the minor incline in the road, and as soon as the rear wheel left the ground, the machine pitched forward. We got lucky. Not only could it have damaged the jack, but had the machine started to roll after I removed the tire, I could have been injured.
Alright, cool. I think you're good.
That should probably be pretty good.
Shave it off.
I finished changing the tire, and we got back on the road. Thankfully, my oversight didn't cost us. It only served as a reminder to stay focused, even when you're tired, hot, or frustrated. Especially if you're far from help, a simple mistake can compound things quickly, with the potential to turn a small problem into a big one.
Okay, well, what time did we go out and get the flat? Do you remember?
Oh, I didn't even look. I'm sure it took us over an hour.
But at least it wasn't in the, like, blaring sun or something. At least we had a shady spot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there was lots of mosquitoes there, too, but
There's mosquitoes everywhere.
there's mosquitoes everywhere, so just glad we had a lot of backup systems on this trip.
Yep.
I think you had to go that way. That was a no UTV sign.
Oh. It's on my map, it marks as a UTV route. Let's see what it
Oh,
says.
this said the town of some...
Spider Lake, I saw.
Town of Spider Lake. No ATVs, UTVs allowed on any town of Spider Lake Road unless otherwise designated.
Alright.
So I would say that's a no.
Alright. Screw you, Spider Lake.
Bye, Spider Lake. Meanies.
Lame. Guess they don't want to have any fun. Alright, does it show Hayward? The right, yeah.
Yeah. That's fine.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
This is what I call a lot of
There's
UTVs.
a lot of UTVs, dude. That's cool.
Very cool. It's a great
But
event.
for kids, okay, it's like an event.
Nice. That's
That's
awesome.
cool.
Sweet. Hey, great day to be out riding. It's actually not that warm. I mean, the fact that the sun isn't just beating down has been pretty nice.
Yeah.
It's once we get a spare belt.
Oh my god, that thing was
That's
cool.
wild.
What is it?
Some kind of semi turned into a trike. They used the front of a semi, like, fiberglass piece to hose the back of the trike. That was cool.
Oh, morning walk.
I didn't see when I walked in.
Like, I thought he was a statue at first, just like a gag.
Where are you gonna put it?
Show that. What do we? New belt. We got a replacement belt. Yay! Stopped at Hayward Power Sports. Place is huge. It's like one of the only Polaris dealers in the northern part of the state, and obviously a pretty big one.
Cool hotel, huh?
Yeah, very cool.
After 86 miles of riding, we pulled into a Holiday Inn on Hayward Lake. The fish didn't cooperate, but it didn't really matter. I wasn't standing on the dock for the fish.
What are you doing?
I was trying to figure out where to go. How to get home. Maybe taking it a different way. Because while I appreciate all of these road routes through here, that was a long drive on road routes, so
Yeah.
kind of thinking, yeah, we could go west down to Spooner and then hit Rice Lake. This is where it gets
Still pretty thin.
this is where it gets a little iffy. I'm gonna have to pull up the other Watfa. But I mean, it's like we have to go here and around Chippewa Falls.
That's gonna be tough.
So we could, Hayward's right there. You could jump on that, go straight down through Reserve, and then jump on this trail.
And people always ask us, like, what does it take to do this kind of stuff? This is 3 maps is what it takes usually.
Oh yeah. Plus, if I see the local maps, I grab those too. I've got a Sawyer County map underneath this one.
So after leaving Ashland yesterday morning, we decided to ride over toward Hayward, Wisconsin, which is home to the Freshwater Fishing Hall of Fame and the world's largest muskie.
Oh my lord, you guys are getting eaten by a muskie.
I'm gonna have to back up.
Well, we know what kind of day it's going to be today, huh?
Yeah, muddy.
Though we had thoroughly enjoyed riding all the trails on the way up, the goal now was to make it home in a reasonable amount of time. We jumped on a couple trails heading out of Hayward, which were fun, but eventually we elected to hit some road routes and try to cut some time from the trip back. After almost 7 hours of riding, putting on over 220 miles, we found ourselves back down in the Black River Forest area, approaching Black River Falls, where we had our eye on a hotel for the night. We ran into a couple with a new CF Moto quad. They were running low on fuel and had gotten turned around and were having difficulty finding their trailer. We helped them out with some gas and chatted for a bit.
Thank God, we have good people.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Men never get lost.
Oh, we just
want to
we
bet.
just
Ask for directions.
That's right.
we just drive. We'll end up somewhere.
Exactly.
We appreciate it so much.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys. Where are you from?
We're from Wisconsin. We're over by Vesper.
Oh yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where are you guys at?
We live kind of by Barnabelle, Dodgeville. It's about half.
Oh,
west
we
of
go
Madison.
through there, go back to Iowa. That's
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You guys really did go along with that.
Put almost 1,000 miles on so far.
Holy cow.
So
Oh.
we're gonna. But we camped on the way up and we're hoteling it on the way back.
Yes, we are.
She goes, yes, we are.
Yeah.
There is nothing can make me want to go.
Yeah, you gotta wash the body.
Yeah, exactly.
And after today, definitely.
Yeah, we've done almost 200 miles today, so we're all
Holy cow.
One of the best things about traveling like this is the people you bump into. We met dozens of folks who were interested in our journey, offered to help when we were stopped, or just wanted to chat. There's a great community of riders out there, and great folks in Wisconsin. We set off early in the morning, knowing we had another long day of riding ahead of us. Our home lay almost 200 miles ahead. We enjoyed the last few off-road trails of our journey, knowing we would soon reconnect with the paved road routes of southern Wisconsin that we had ridden a week before. After 7 days and over 1,100 miles, we had made it. A round trip from our house down to the Illinois border, up to Lake Superior, and back home. The longest ride we had done on our machine so far, and definitely the toughest, both on our machine and ourselves. It had been an amazing adventure, one that we would remember for a lifetime. But for now, we were grateful to be back home and excited to plan our next trip. Be sure to check out our website, northwoods.family, for the Badger Overland Trail route and decals of the Badger Overland Trail. And be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, because we got some pretty cool rides coming up, some pretty cool content for you here, including our latest overlanding adventure in the Uintas Mountains near Salt Lake City, Utah, as well as some motorcycle racing from the Bonneville Salt Flats. We went out with Kim's dad, my father-in-law, spent some time out on the Bonneville Salt Flats when he was racing his Indian motorcycle. So we're going to include some of those videos for you guys. We think that you will enjoy those. Some pretty cool stuff out there. Another thing we're really excited about is our collaborative partnership with Rocky Mountain ATV and Motorcycle. They are a great employee-owned company. We have been customers of theirs for a long time, so we're going to be mentioning them from time to time. The big thing is check out the description in all of our videos now. They have a link to Rocky Mountain ATV Motorcycle. If you're going to be making purchases for your ATV motorcycle side by side anyways, if you click that link to get you to their website, we earn a small commission from the sale that is made. It is a great way to help support our channel when you're buying the stuff that you're going to be buying anyway. So those are some of the updates, some of the things to look forward to coming up here on the Northwoods Family channel. Thank you all for joining us on our awesome adventure of Wisconsin. We had such a blast, and thank you all for watching. We really appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.